15, the men are back on the track. Sean Atkinson back on the track. One thing is for sure, he always has something to say.
Let me tell you something, my man. The track is my ocean. I'm a great white shark, and you're just a piece.
And there you see Marissa Diamond holding up the card, signifying the start of period 4. And we'd like to thank our ace statistician, Eric Marcolita, does such a great job of keeping those cards 1 through 4 in the correct numerical order. And Brian Gallagher now up right off for the California Quakes. And this is Christian Salvia coming up for the hot dive. This is the 4th and final period. Oh, they both go down. And Brian Gallagher went down to check his skate after that run-in with, I guess that was Salvia. And I'm wondering if his skate might be a little bit messed up there, kid. We'll see if it affects him going into the back of the pack here. Well, right now, oh, look at the Superman right there by Sean Atkinson, taking out 2 of the California Quakes, and Gallagher calls it off. Oh, is Atkinson proud of himself? Well, just moments ago, we saw Sean Atkinson talking smack. Well, for once, he put his muscle where his mouth is, and the Superman cut him off right there. You saw a quick look at Sean Atkinson's girlfriend, very happy as well. Now let's go to Danny Wolf.
Stacey Blitz, obviously, you have not patched up any of your differences with the Bod Squad. When you done the fight with Jim Hart, the only person who gave a high five to was Andy Quinn.
Well, you know, they have to always stand in my spot because I can do this. I can.
Here they are. And how about this girl, Heather Sunderman, looks to be a Sheila Quaid here.
Okay, well, they can't do the job. They can't do the job, so I'm going to have to do it myself.
Hawk, I'm still a little shocked as Eric Slopey breaks out on paper and it's P.J. Rossi for the hot dive. The California Quakes should be doubling up the hot dive. I just don't understand what's going on with the Quakes.
Well, we're talking about the dissension that is epitomized right there by the Bod Squad. These Quakes, as I've said probably 5 times tonight, just don't seem to have a direction other than fighting internally. This internal squabble is killing the California Quakes.
Nice move by Little Richard, sending one of the Quakes over the rail. Rusty Montgomery now back to block P.J. Rossi, and Little Richard nails another one of the... Oh, look at Sean Atkinson, the skyscraper from outside the track. What a move, and a phenomenal move by Sean Atkinson.
Well, we talked about Sean Atkinson getting lean and mean as he lost some weight after me, this announcer, called him a blueberry earlier in the season. Well, this is what there's Richard Brown. You see him taking down Slopey. But keep your eye on Sean Atkinson with the skyscraper off the top rope, clean it out. A lean mean Sean Atkinson getting it done. No longer a blueberry kid.
P.J. Rossi didn't know what hit him, and now Danny Wolf is heading over to try and get a word with Sean Atkinson. Unbelievable, what a move. Danny?
Sean, your Quakes are up by 2 points. Why do you keep bugging me? We got to stop meeting right there. Quakes are up by 2 points because we got Big Daddy. Oh, yeah! Big Daddy's in the penalty box. Don't worry, it's all mind game, all mind game. I'm going to beat him, beat him, beat him. Oh, yeah!
Well, Sean Atkinson so far, it might all be a mind game, but for some reason your team is not playing up to anywhere near its capability. Talk about underachieving tonight. That would be the California Quakes. What a move by Richard Brown. One skate flies around the track.
Well, that was a little showboating by Richard Brown. We talked earlier, can he keep the hot dice women, the showgirls, from showboating? You saw him dancing a little bit as he now goes from being a showboater to showing some finesse.
Puts down Rick Murray. Now, Hawk, I've got to wonder. Suddenly he was ready and able to showboat, but not until Sean Atkinson was in the penalty box.
Well, I don't know if Sean Atkinson had anything to do with it there, but you saw him coming around, whipping his hand around in the air. Now, speaking of whips, he gets a whip from Micah Martin, and they mess it up, it looks like.
Oh, they go down. Absolute disaster. Little Richard went down. Now to the California Quakes. Oh, Little Richard Brown, there's that experience. Turns right around, goes by Chad Vaughn, and one of the other Quakes ducks underneath and puts the points on the board.
Well, as soon as I try to give Richard Brown a little bit of lift, he comes back and redeems himself. Here you see him going underneath the double block of Chad Vaughn and Rusty Montgomery and scores points and immediately calls off the jam. As you see a fight ensuing, that's number 37, Mark Webber, into it with Chad Vaughn. And Chad Vaughn is a very big young man. I don't know what Mark Webber
is doing, but obvious frustration out there.
I think the entire Quake team is getting frustrated, but we'll be back with more of this fourth period action right after this.
What a game. We're all tied up. The Quakes and the Hot Dice at 18 apiece. The men will decide it in the closing minutes. Let's go back now to the
I'll tell you, this one is bound to be a fine burner. We are all even. You can't say enough about the play of the Nevada Hot Dice overachieving. I would have to say under the leadership of Little Richard, the California Quakes. No leadership at all. They should be ahead of this game. 10-12 points. Instead, we're dead even at 18.
Well, I think the name of this game has been everybody trying to celebrate. Whoever celebrates last may be victorious.
Down goes Randy Garrett coming around. This is the white pony. Gets a little bit on his pony, but Eric, it's all even, buddy. You better forget the pony ride. Catch up to the pack, Jack.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's not, we're here in the gut-wrench time of the game. The white knuckle, drink green canal water, nut cut time, and he's out there bouncing around like a 13-year-old cheerleader. What are these guys doing, kid?
Green canal water? Oh, my Lord. And Eric Slope into the rail, but stays on his feet. Sean Atkinson, great move. Rusty Montgomery puts one of the Hot Dice down as we come around. A great move. Slope is still on the pony. Goes by. A whole host of Hot Dice and cuts off the jam. What a move by Eric Slope out of DeLand, Florida, 16-155.
Well, of course, that means that here you see the end of the jam here. Randy Garrett taking the big shot from Eric Slope. Here we fast forward a little bit. Rusty Montgomery knocked a Hot Dice into the infield, but now you see him paving the road. Eric Slope moving right behind Rusty Montgomery. And I don't know what Micah Martin, number 33 for the Hot Dice, was thinking, but Eric Slope right off Rusty Montgomery scored points, calls off the jam, gives the Quakes the lead. Great job.
Smart move by Eric Slope. You saw him pointing to Rusty Montgomery, letting him know what direction he was going, but the Quakes have a 2-point lead as we look at Sean Atkinson. We are getting right down to it. And there you see Sean Atkinson's girlfriend, Marcia Metaguso. Don't celebrate too much. There's still plenty of time left on the clock, Marcia.
Eric Slope, the white pony gives you a 2-point lead. You're so close to getting to the Mega Man. Yeah, baby, that's all we need. Everybody knows we're best in the West. You can't handle this. We're California, they ain't nothing. Go home.
Well, we keep seeing it here, Ken. These Quakes want to celebrate. It's right down to nut-cutting time. Green canal water, play the game, quit hooping and hollering, and these guys all want free face time on television.
Now, this is very important, even though the game clock is 40 seconds. Remember, the final jam goes the entire 60 seconds. Mark Webber breaking out for the Hot Dice, and now Brian Gallagher comes out along with Micah Martin and Tony Santiago. But the man to watch right now is Mark Webber. He is the lead jammer. The Hot Dice trail by 3. There's Atkinson. He missed. That's 1 point. That is 1 point. It is 21-20. And Webber goes by yet another point. Micah picks up one. And Micah cuts it off. Micah scored 1. Webber scored 1. Dice winning 22-21. Absolutely unbelievable. One of the biggest upsets we've seen in the WSL.
And Sean Atkinson remains on the track face down. Maybe he's really hurt. Maybe just his feelings are hurt. I think the Quakes thought they had this game won, but they did not. The Boss Squad, the internal squabble going on. And for the Nevada Hot Dice, the Showgirls will celebrate tonight as they win it by 1. For Ken Resnick, for Lee Hawk Ribbon, for Broadway Danny Wolf, I'm Rory Marquez. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you again next week.